Yo, what is going on, Raidernation? It's your boy Samori back at it again with another episode of Nation Take. Now, I know I haven't done any Nation Take in the past couple of weeks because free agency was kind of busy, but now it's starting to slow down. So I thought I'd do another episode of Nation Take where I take some of your hottest takes and talk about it in a video. And if you're wondering how you could get your take on the next episode, I will be putting out a community post just like this one on this Friday, and I will pick some of my favorite takes and talk about it in an upcoming video. So if this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this one. Without further ado, Raider Nation, let's get started with the video. Cue the intro.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.
So for the very first take, it comes from El Rudo. He says, trade up for Micah, yes or no? Now, I know that the Raiders are reportedly in love with Micah Parsons, and I know if he was to fall down to 17, I doubt that he'd pass the Raiders. You know, I understand that John Gruden, he loves his speed. He loves Micah Parsons' speed. And I know he ran a 4.39 40 time. That's blazing fast for a linebacker. And I know he's a plug and play player. So that means if he was to come over to the team, you plug him onto the defense, and our defense is just that much better with Micah Parsons on the defensive side. Now, I know we already have other linebackers like Nick Kwiatkowski, Corey Littleton, even bringing back Nicholas Moore, who I don't know whether his future is going to be with the Raiders or not, but picking up a guy like Micah Parsons in the first round, if he was to fall to 17, is a no-brainer pick. I know that the Raiders are kicking themselves over, you know, not getting Devin White in the first round a couple of years ago. Since then, we've been struggling at the linebacker position, but I mean, most of that could be in due part of Paul Guenther being a trash defensive coordinator. Who knows? But with Gus Bradley under helm now, if Micah Parsons was there, of course, you draft him. As far as moving up or trading up into the draft, I don't know. I would say no. I don't think that the Raiders would trade up for Micah Parsons because we could get another linebacker like Jock who could come in and be as effective as Micah Parsons. I know he's not the number one linebacker, but he's one of the best linebackers in the draft that we could draft at 17. Now, the only player that I would only feel comfortable trading up for, which would cost a hefty price, would be Penei Sewell out of Oregon. Now, we would have to trade into the top 10 picks, maybe top 5, and that's only going to cost a lot. That's the only player that I would want to trade up for, you know, because I feel like you put him at that right tackle position. This guy is a all-pro, Pro Bowl right tackle waiting to happen in the league. So that's the only player I would feel comfortable for. As far as trading up for Micah Parsons, it's a no from me. But Raider Nation, what do you guys think? Would you guys trade up for Micah Parsons? Or would you guys just stay at the position and wait for him to fall, or just grab another linebacker like Jock or maybe Zaven Collins in the first round? Let me know down in the comments below. Now the next take comes from Michael Houston. He says, thoughts on signing Karl Joseph. Now, I know I did a video on the possibility of the Raiders, you know, bringing him in. I know that he came in for a visit, but now he officially signed with the Raiders and he's a part of the Raider Nation going into 2021. But for me, I'm excited to have him back. I know it's that nostalgic feeling of having Karl Joseph back in the silver and black. It's really nice to see. You know, I didn't want him to leave anyways. Now, I'm not saying in no way that Karl Joseph is going to be our star. He's going to be the savior in the secondary. No, but he provides some solid depth in the secondary, you know, behind Jonathan Abram. I know that he's much more of a strong safety in the league, but I know that he played a lot of free safety at West Virginia. But hopefully under Gus Bradley can use Karl Joseph in better ways than Paul Guenther did back in the day. So he'll probably come in and play a rotational role at the free safety position. I know he could cover better than Jonathan Abram, but that's not saying much. But I know that he would play more in the box because I know if anything was to happen to Jonathan Abram, hopefully not, you know, knock on wood, Karl Joseph can step in as that strong safety up in the box and pick up right where Jonathan Abram left off. So I do love the signing. I'm really happy to have Karl Joseph back on the team, and I just really hope that he could ball out with this team on his second run with the Raiders. Now, as far as his number, I know that Corey Littleton got that 42, so hopefully they can work things out. I know that the NFL is trying to push, you know, the single numbers or whatnot. So if they do, maybe Karl Joseph can come back and rock that number 8 that he did back in college. So who knows? But what are your thoughts, Raider Nation? What do you guys think about having Karl Joseph back in the silver and black? I don't think that the Raiders are done with the defensive back position. So hopefully we could hear Richard Sherman news, or maybe Brian Poole, or maybe Malik Hooker. Who knows? Just let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Now the next hot take comes from Kevin J. He says, we will have a top 10 offensive line next season after addressing right tackle in the draft. Hey, I gotta agree with you 100%. Our offensive line, other than the first year Tom Cable came over, I believe has been one of the best offensive lines in the league. We've been top 10 for sure. And last season just proves that we don't even need our big name offensive linemen to prove that we could be one of the top offensive lines in the NFL. You know, Trent Brown, his lazy ass was gone for most of the season. Richie Incognito dealt with injuries for most of the season. Gabe Jackson missed a couple of games last season. The only really solid offensive linemen that we had last season was Rodney Hudson and Colton Miller. And last year with the shuffle, you know, with the plethora of offensive line switch up throughout the whole season, we were one of the best in the league, and we held up Derek Carr. We kept him clean throughout the whole season. So I feel like we already have the players in place right now. You know, we have Colton Miller, we have Richie Incognito coming back, we have Andre James, who has a real high ceiling and hopefully can ball out with his offensive line. We have Denzel Good, who can play right tackle or right guard, but for me, I feel more comfortable with him at the right guard position. We already have Brandon Parker, you know, we have John Simpson, and we got Lester Cotton, which I don't know if he's still on the roster or not, but we have some solid depth at the offensive line position. But if we do go into the draft in the first round and get someone like a Tevin Jenkins or Rashawn Slater, or go into the second round like get a Jalen Mayfield or Liam Eichenberg or whatnot, I feel like our offensive line will be solid. We will be stacked. But as far as saying that we will be a top offensive line in the NFL, I would agree with you 100%. 5 Mayock legs, believe it, baby. Woo-wee. Now this next take is coming in hot. I believe these next 2 takes are pretty hot right now. So this one comes from Base Card Collector. His take is dead serious. Derek Carr will lead the Raiders to a Super Bowl next year. Woo! Ooh, that I need some water on that one because, man, I do believe 5 Mayock legs, believe it, ladies, we are going to the Super Bowl this season. Okay, I'm just messing with you guys. Let's be more realistic right now. I do believe that the Raiders under Derek Carr will definitely 100% guarantee we will make the playoffs this season with Derek Carr as our quarterback. I do believe that. Now, as far as going to the Super Bowl, I would just pump the brakes on that just for right now. But you know what? As long as we're in the dance, we always got a chance. Anything can happen. So I do believe, I just want to say right now, I would book the Raiders going into the playoffs with Derek Carr. And from then on, hopefully we can make the Super Bowl. Obviously, every single season, I would love to make the Super Bowl, but who knows? I don't want to go that far to say that the Raiders are just going to be in a Super Bowl with Derek Carr. But I do believe Derek Carr could definitely lead us to a Super Bowl. But as far as this season, we'll see. We have the offensive tools to do it. Hopefully, if our defense can step up under Gus Bradley, then definitely we have a good chance at making the Super Bowl. But like I said, I'm going to just pump my brakes on this one. But Raider Nation, what do you guys think? Do you guys believe what Base Card Collector says? And do you believe that Derek Carr will lead us to the Super Bowl this season? Or are you guys calling cap on this situation and saying that we have a couple more years till we make the Super Bowl? Let me know down in the comments below. Now, moving on to the next take. I did say that it was going to be a real hot take as well. And it comes from Miss Channelander Bong. I hope I'm saying your name right. But her take is DC, 5,000 yards. 50 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in 16 games, and he sits out week 18 against the Bears. Mariota will start that game. Woo! That's a lot to take in. So you're saying that Derek Carr will get 5,000 yards throwing, 50 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. Now, I don't know about 50 touchdowns. That's pretty high right there. DC's best year was only, 32 touchdowns? I would say he'll be around the 36 to 40 range is more realistic. I do believe that he can get to that 5,000 yard mark. You know, you have a lot of weapons on the offensive side, and if Henry Ruggs and Brian Edwards can take that next step up, and if we can utilize Kenyon Drake like we say we would to the best of his ability on the offensive side to take the load off of Josh Jacobs, then I do believe that 5,000 yards would be real doable for Derek Carr. Now, as far as 5 interceptions, I do believe that would be possible as well. Man, the only way he sits out in the last week of the season is if we're already in the playoffs. And if so, then book it. I do believe that Mariota will start in the last game or the last 2 games if we already have a playoff spot going into 2021. Then I do believe that. But as far as 50 touchdowns, that's a bit too high for me. I'm more comfortable around the 36 to 40 range. But Nation, do you guys think that Derek Carr will throw for 5,000 yards, 50 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions? Woo-hoo! Let me know in the comments below. The next tech comes from Albreezy_51. He says draft linebacker or safety at 17. Man, that's a tough one, man. I know that we could use a linebacker or a safety. And I mean, the only safety I feel like would be, possible at the 17th overall pick would be Trayvon Moehrig. That's the only safety that would be worth that pick for me. If not, then we could go into the second round and get another safety. There's a lot of options there, whether in the second or third round. But as far as linebacker, the only guy there would be Micah Parsons if he fell, or Jock. I mean, Jock would be more realistic at the 17th overall position. But as far as getting a linebacker or a safety, why not get the best of both worlds and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, a guy that could play linebacker, play safety, and play in the slot. That's a guy that 3 for 1. Woo wee, my neck and my back.
My neck and my back.
So I would say that I would get Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. That would be my guy at 17. But if I had to specifically choose a linebacker or a safety, and not cheat by saying Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, then I would go more to the linebacker position. I feel like linebacker is a position that is really underrated right now that I feel like the Raiders should address this season. Nicholas Morrow is on a 1-year deal, so who knows if he stays with the team next season. But if Micah Parsons is there at 17 or Jock is there at 17, I feel like the Raiders should definitely draft one of those two guys at that position, because I feel like we could address safety in the second or third round. There's guys like Richie Grant, Javon Holland, Jamar Johnson, so on and so forth. There's so many safeties that we could get later on in the draft. But I'm gonna just stop yapping. I would definitely choose linebacker. Who would you guys choose, Raider Nation? Linebacker or safety? Now the last take comes from Jeff Garrison. He says, do you actually play that guitar on your wall? Yeah, you really need to answer the question. Wow. Why so serious, Jeff? But to answer your question, Jeff, yes, I do play the guitar. I thought I answered your question when you commented on one of my videos before, but I do play the guitar. Do you need me to bring it out to show you? I got the guitar right here. I mean, you want to see it? Hey, I got a little something for you, I mean. Woo! Oh, man. Hey, that's just a little sneak peek, you know what I mean? Yes, I do play the guitar, Jeff. Hopefully I answered your question. I know it's not a take, but hey, I hope you enjoyed that. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys on this episode of Nation Take. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to smash that like button. If we could get this video to 1,000 likes, then I will put out another community post on Friday and do another Nation Take probably the following week. So with all that being said, Raider Nation, until the next video, this is your boy Samoa Raider, and your boy is, yeah.